In that one, I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Mayfield on play action. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Malcolm Jenkins, the strong safety, swoops in for the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times...
And Owen coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Demarius Randall. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Joseph now to kick this one away. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run with Howard. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. To try again after the sack. Wentz going for the deep ball. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Jannard Avery able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. They do go for it. It's Wentz. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part, but they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play. A first down throw for Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Mayfield to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, really the first round it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler.
It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
Wentz able to hook up with Aguilar for a big gain, 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. On 2nd and 7, Wentz. And this is Hurts with it, right side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Howard. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Wentz going to throw. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Doug Peterson says, let's go for 2 here.
A lot of people might call this backyard football.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Rodney McLeod that time able to knock it away.
Well, Charles, while we have a moment, what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the...
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now Sanders, and very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Olivier Vernon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Wentz. He's going to air one out. for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell, and his guys are good.